in this particular matchup is the good old return of the clown car. Good old return of the clown car with the Jugunu. It just makes so much sense because in this situation, you can't garrison inside the Lancaster Castle, but it sounds like we might be just about able to jump into our game number 1 of the series here between Kiljardi and Myriad. Let's jump in. Right, and it is indeed the Dark Age barracks as you prophesized here. So we will actually see Myriad going for a couple of Dark Age spearmen here. Maybe lure some deer, maybe deny a good meditation garden spot.
Yeah, I believe it has, like, if any map you want to make Dark Age Spears as Lancaster, this is one of them. And this is one of the civs that you want to make Dark Age Spears against, because Sushi's Legacy will start professional scouting very fast in the game. And you have one deer pack. Here on this map, you have only one deer pack that is not too far away from your base. So Myriad is just spotting that first deer pack from Kiljardi. So he can just be annoying. He can just focus down there on that one single deer camp. Plus, all the deer, if you look at the minimap, for our viewers as well, all the deer is on the west side. All the extra deer, all the neutral deer is on the west side. So there is a lot of value, I believe, for the spearmen. So he's actually going to cross the map different than what he did against Eliona. He's in that game he was playing Lancaster and he pushed his own deer first. And I think this game he just doesn't know where his deer are yet. I believe, because his scout just went across the map, right? Yeah.
Looking at the map overall here, like Kiljardi, he doesn't even really have to move out of his base for a good meditation garden spot because he's got a really good one inside of his base. Getting the gold, the stone, and the berries in there right inside of his base with like a lot of safety as well means that he won't be able to really lose any momentum whatsoever due to that spearman rush, which is just about coming in now from Myriad. Looks like he is making his way over to the gold of Kiljardi. But realistically, because Juju's Legacy already spawned with an Imperial official, there isn't really that much that he can do with this.
Oh, that spearman almost caught a sheep. I was paying attention to that, and now it wants to be annoying on that gold. It's just 3 against 1 though. Kiljardi sees the second spear, decides to not contest it, not do anything, not rushing anything. He's actually still looking for his deer pack there.
He's just found them.
Yeah, just found it. I think he will be able to push. It's just annoying when you don't find it. But Kiljardi is going to age up now. What is that orange dot?
He's moving
on
out
the map on the east.
Oh wow,
This is like
so unnecessary for his spawn, but it's still like it's not really necessary here in this one because this is like 36 times 3. So he's getting roughly like 100 food per minute. He would have just about gotten like 100 resources safely inside of his base there with a meditation garden there. It's food though, so it's like kind of understandable, right? Like it's a lot of resources that you get. This is like 3 villagers worth of food almost that he's getting there. So that's definitely very nice for him. I just think that if only Myriad had one spearman there, this would be such a terrible play. But Myriad, he's just paying too much attention to the gold there. Now Kiljardi, he's rushing out, getting an outpost up there. The Chinese villagers, they're so fast in this one. Oh, there's also a really good spawn for Myriad though.
Oh yeah, that is a very, very good spot for Myriad there. I like the outpost play more, by the way, from Kiljardi instead of like one Chickanoo or something. Because, the outpost will just be enough to handle with all these spearmen. Oh, Myriad is not paying attention. I think the alerts kind of confused him. Yeah, the alerts can be confusing. Like, the Kiljardi, what he did there, obviously the... Okay, that's some nice pick off from Kiljardi, just killing some deer. This is what I don't like about deer pushing. Like, it's behind the woodline, so he's actually struggling more than usual to get the deer towards his base. So, and he's like getting kind of punished for that spawn, that it wasn't like his choice there, but he will be able to push 5 deer towards his base safely, I believe, in the end. like Kiljardi went with his scout first to the east, right? So he knew that there wasn't a spearman, but there could be a spearman on the way there as well. Like he could just
It was
like what do you do?
risky.
You just like walk back. Like he made sure that there isn't a spearman there. But like how can you? I would be so scared that like my opponent. I would think that my opponent would know that I'm going there, or like just send one spearman. Because like
God.
where else on this map you're going to? Oh my god, that deer! That deer just doesn't want to be pushed. Yeah,
Sometimes the deer can be a little bit possessed. I mean, honestly, like we talk a lot about like how good like StarCraft players are, like in Age of Empires, for example. But I think this is like one of the aspects where, at least here, Age of Empires 2 players actually have a big advantage because they've been luring deer for decades.
Yeah, but isn't it a bit easier there? Because you would use like the follow command and just get behind the deer, and then you would just,
Yeah,
like,
it's
use
a
the
lot
follow
easier.
command. It's a lot easier, right?
Yeah, but did
Yeah,
the follow
yeah.
command like always used to be a thing? Because I feel like the follow command was only used in like the last 3 years. I feel like before that nobody used follow command. I could be wrong though.
I think I always did. I'm not sure.
Maybe I just didn't know that was a thing for a good while.
Well, we have scouts coming out from Zuchi's Legacy. He's getting professional scouts really fast. So you're a very good Sushi's Legacy player, right, Crackedy? So what would you do right now? Like, would you go for that landmark there if you're pro scouting? Do you think pro scouting is worth here for Kiljardi if he gets maybe 6 deer from the left side? Because like Myriad could just very well, I don't know where the spearmen are, but he could be just very annoying for this. Like you would have to do some units to get this. Maybe a palace guard or two. Okay, they're on the way. After pushing the deer, they're on the way. Again, poor dog is getting punished for being on the way there. And Kiljardi is just bringing in his another one. Okay, happens. Kiljardi is just wow.
Oh,
yeah,
that's actually
now
a
you
lot of
just see
food.
the whole all value 100 food. It's like more than
Honestly,
a
in this
relic, but on
situation,
food.
yeah. Yeah, honestly, in this situation, as Sushi's Legacy, like you've got such a great momentum here with your meditation garden there, and also because Myriad delayed himself, right? Like he went for the Stargate Spearman, which realistically didn't achieve anything so far for him.
Yeah.
Honestly, Kiljardi, he could have just like foregone the entire idea of making scouts and going for pro scouts in the first place. Because now he's aging up with the Mount Blue Academy. There's a timing that could have been achieved here, where you just go for Mount Blue Academy, you immediately research the supervision upgrade, and you just pump out Palace Scouts and you dive. You just dive nonstop because the the Castle of Lancaster is actually not that strong of a defensive landmark at all.
Yeah, it's very useful to deal with like first phase units, right? But you cannot garrison inside it, so you're going to need an outpost for your gold. Like it's just good enough, I would say, to get your manners up, right? So after that, I think like the real value of it comes from the levies. So, but we don't see any coming out. So Myriad is opting for some hopplers here. But the problem
a big
is
investment.
Kiljardi. Yeah, it's a big investment. Plus, Kiljardi is already in Castle Age, so yeah, it's this. Well, we're going up to 6 manners though. Myriad has the stone and the wood is 2 more coming up. Maybe after that, with the Demi Lancers, you could just have enough time to jump to Castle Age. But the Hoblar investment is like he already had the spearmen, they already did their job. He forced into like 2 canoes, right? An archer range and 2 canoes.
They're so bad. They're so bad.
They're not bad. I love those units. I hate the
Their
unit
situation,
because they're
though,
too
let's
good.
say it like that.
Yeah. This is just not the situation, right? Like this is not a horseman. Like 2 of these guys aren't going to do much there. Like you already forced two Chicanos out. I think you should be just happy with those 2 spearmen and like not go for hobblers here. And as he's like, yeah, 2 hobblers was kind of wasted there, but it happens. It was he tried his best with the units that he had. It's still kind of putting the Lancers away from his base as he's macroing up to Castle Age now. Only 6 spearmen. Does he have an outpost on his gold? Because if he doesn't, Kiljardi with a
He can
ranged
dive,
armor,
yeah.
he can just dive there like all day. Look at his food
He
income.
does have 6
like,
spears. Oh, there's gonna be such a tight timing though here. We do
Yeah.
have the knights there. This is all about like Kiljardi. Myriad is gonna really have to focus on hitting the Jugunu with the Manors and the Lancaster Castle.
Yeah, as we see, Lancers. Oh, they just one of them
Didn't
got
get a
kicked
kill
off
yet.
from the spearman. Didn't get a kill yet. Just
One kill.
First villager kill, and I think this is too much, too optimistic from Kiljardi because it's an English TC after all. It's shooting double arrows, but one Lancer on that gold is just raking havoc there.
Oh my God, so
Villager
many
kills are going
villagers.
up to 7 now. This is a lot of villagers just going
Oh,
down.
that's so greedy. He's going King's College as well. That is so greedy in
Oh.
the situation, I want to say. Because now
and
what do you
no
have? You don't really have
Demi-Lancers.
anything.
Oh, like I would understand that more. Like Demi-Lancers plus like +6 damage.
Yeah.
Color of SS. With that, with the King's College, yeah. Now he's getting it. I think the timing was just right for Kiljardi there. That just like pushed Myriad's Demi-Lancers away 1 or 2 minutes. Oh, he could almost kill all these scouts, but he doesn't want to overextend. Because as you just pointed out earlier, right, like he just dived, there is no outpost, the Lancaster Castle, he's not able to garrison villagers, so good play by Kiljardi there.
Yeah. Definitely good play there. And now Myriad has gotten out his own Demi-Lancers. We got 8 of them now. Color of S is not researched yet, not being clicked yet. So he still has to be really, really careful there. These
took some
Demi-Lancers aren't that
damage.
strong yet.
Yeah, that's just a bit of wake-up call. I'm still around. You don't want to be just walking around on the map. So, well, lost 8 villagers, but Kiljardi, I think, is just starting to pick up relics now. It's still, like, he has the lead, but it's not the biggest lead, I would say. It would be devastating if it was any other civ than House of Lancaster, I would say. His Myriad now has 10 spearmen, Color of SS is coming in, and he starts making Lancers. Sorry, the Knights of himself from House of Lancaster. Kiljardi has a lot of Knights though, so he has the lead for now, maybe for the next few minutes. So Myriad, I believe, has to do his best to avoid these Knights and find some damage, find some monks on the map maybe. But Kiljardi is one of the best like players when it comes to this, right? Like playing this position against Kiljardi would be really tough. As we see Myriad just directly going into his base because he knows where Kiljardi's army is, at least the majority of it. That's a nice charge on the villagers. One of them goes down as they hide in the village. And now we see Myriad also going for some relics himself as he has a monastery up. And he has 6 manners. He's down in villagers, but he has six manners. So I think the game is still pretty even.
Yeah, it could definitely be a lot worse. Kiljardi, he still has that great meditation garden spot, though, just helping out a lot when it comes to the economy. And we are also seeing a big investment to more and more Jugnus. Honestly, I'm a little bit perplexed by the Jugnus. I feel like just crossbows could have done so much more at this point in time. We do see a monk trying to bring a relic back. Kiljardi, with the mental awareness, after getting hit there by a couple of units, able to deny that for the time being. Definitely great pickup there. 150 gold, that is not cheap, and it's definitely like resources that Myriad would have much rather invested into more knights there if it came to like losing a monk or not, so has to reinvest there. Ooh.
If you notice the picture-in-picture there, Demi-Lancers just cleaned up some of the knights from Kiljardi. As you can see, the destroyed value, even though he lost 8 villagers earlier, is quite even for Myriad because he had a really good pick-off there on that wood line. And now he's just going after some Chukunus. I think he didn't need to do that, but I think he already did enough damage, so he's just spamming more knights. He's not stopping. He's actually... It looks like it's not aiming to get Imperial Age as fast as possible. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, it's definitely in his favor, right? Because Kiljardi, he's just heavily investing into more knights. We're only just now seeing the first crossbows coming in for him. And Myriad, he's got all the counters at the moment. His knights are a lot stronger than Kiljardi's currently. And that's just where all of the strength is coming from right now. Kiljardi now also going for some relics, but Myriad, he's already capturing like 2 of them.
Yeah. I think 2 relics after what happened as he was aging up is really good for Myriad. I would be happy if I got 2 relics as Lancaster is actually getting the 3rd one. Wait, Kiljardi's...
That's great.
I could swear that I saw Kiljardi making monks earlier. I might be... Wow.
Maybe he cancelled it, but we do have a key at least like position for Kiljardi in the middle. There's a lot of Jugunu, so these spearmen don't really achieve too much here. Don't have that many crossbows yet, but Kiljardi is actually going to commit to this, and if he gets a keep up in the middle, that's a dangerous spot for Myriad to be in. We talked about this earlier, just how important gold is on this map, and all the gold being in the middle here. That is where you want to have access to, especially if both players are just massing knights, and Myriad is already on the last gold mine inside of his base.
Yeah, and it's like right in the center of the map, and 30 Chikunus now is getting dangerous. He's adding crossbows now on top of it. It's not just controlling the gold. Kiljardi, if he decides that, he could keep being aggressive as he wants to make a massive wall on the western side and just secure more of the map. He loves having map control, Kiljardi. This is getting to his more and more like comfort zone, I believe. I would say, like playing against him and watching him play, I think this is getting more like his realm. He could even just go for those knights, they need to kind of wake up. Ooh, that could be a big trouble. He's distracted in the base.
He just lost so many.
He just lost like 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it was 5 or 6.
In the blink of an eye, 5 in the blink of an eye. And he's still just massing more Jugunu. We still don't see like this massive switch into crossbows here. Honestly, at this point in time, like, you need crossbows. Myriad is still just adding in more and more of these knights, which will absolutely decimate Kiljardi's knights, especially since he now just has so much fewer of them. But still, the army count from Kiljardi, it's very, very impressive. Myriad, he just doesn't have the tools at the moment to deal with that. Fight is coming in, as we do see in the picture. In picture mode, there we go. The knights do find their way to engage onto the Jugunu. They're doing a great job there, following them with every single interval between the attacks, just taking so many down. This is the consequence of not having that many crossbows here in the army mix. These knights just able to survive so many volleys here due to all of their armor here, and they're taking down the majority of the army here now from Kiljardi. He was at over 35 Jugunus, and there they go, now down to 14.
Yeah, and that all happened under a Chinese keep, right? Like, you wouldn't see this happening every day. Not every player would just dive under there, as Myriad did, and Kiljardi has to go inside the town center for now, and he keeps kiting away, but the knights just, like, they don't care. They have +2 armor with some spearmen. They're still serving as some body block there for all these, a little Wololo. Maybe we'll get a spearman. Oh, okay, 1 spearman.
That's actually useful here.
That's very useful against the knights. Not anymore.
And the crossbows coming in now.
Yeah, like the blink of an eye. 1 little raid from Myriad, and Kiljardi was not on attack move or anything. He was just walking. Like, then, like, he lost a lot of them without fighting, right? Like, if he charged into spears even, like, he could just take down something, or he could be, like, aware of it earlier. So it's just, like, very kind of unfortunate, but that's how the game is. Like, people used to say, well, AoE 4 is not that fast or anything, but, like, in the blink of an eye, Kiljardi just lost a massive leading position, I think.
Yeah, I would say it's just a very much momentum-based game, like decision-making.
Yeah.
That is probably one of, if not the most important aspects of Age of Empires 4, and we do have it here. Now, positive points for Kiljardi. He still has access over the entire middle gold. Myriad lost a lot of his knights. It is very hard for him to keep remassing those, I say, as he still has a big pile of gold, but if he spends that, he will not be able to find his way up to Imperial Age. In Kiljardi, he now has the population space that he needs for a switch from the Shugendu play that he did earlier to Crosshorse.
Yeah, and Kiljardi is getting Song Dynasty. Now, how do you feel about that? I think he wants to make like a farm transition with
He
the
needs
town
to. He's
center.
running out of food. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think he needs a TC. He has the resource for it. I don't think he necessarily needs it right now at the moment, as he still has access over the middle gold. And it might actually be a little bit too greedy for him to go for that TC, because Myriad, he tasted blood. Myriad is
Yeah.
now going to go for the all-in, absolutely 100%. Kiljardi going for a second TC here might just use a little bit, like, might just spread himself a little bit too thinly. That's very, very dangerous still,
Yeah.
I want to say. But
Yeah.
there is a chance that he could pull it off. I'm just gonna say against a civilization that just randomly got like an additional 12 yeomen from
Yeah.
from the Master of Nobles ability there, from the levying.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous situation right
It's
now to be
something,
Kiljardi
yeah.
and to try and add a second TC.
It's something. Myriad has actually, people kind of sleep on it because we don't see it every day. But Lancaster Trebs, if he got the upgrade, I'm not sure. He will have
Not yet.
extra HP and extra, yeah, it's visuals there. Extra HP and extra range on those Trebs with the Yeoman.
Yeah.
Like with extra like range with the ability and everything. Like Myriad is in such a comfortable spot. Like he's not going like Imperial Age, spam Spearman, like all day and like try to win like that. He's going for it because he knows kind of he needs to take that middle if he wants to play an Imperial Age also.
Yeah.
So he doesn't stop, and it's actually better for him right now that he's not going for like some earlier Imperial Age Vanguard timing, like accessing that Vanguard units. And everything, and he was keeping 2 sacrifices, so that's like a lot of gold for a few minutes already. Like we can see Secretary approaching 730, so he already got like 400 gold and more coming. It's like almost 500 gold now for Myriad just from the sacred side. So, and he has 3 relics.
He's even researching the upgrade to be able to create hand cannoneers in the Castle Age.
Wow.
So maybe a little bit of overconfidence there. Oh my god, that's a beautiful synchronized shot there, immediately killing 2 or 3 villagers there. And Myriad, he's got a very, very large standing army. Kiljardi, his income until just a moment ago was at a measly 400 food per minute. He is getting a lot more food right now in just because he switched over to the berries, but that's a very, very temporary food source at this point in the game. And we can see, like, Myriad, he's prepared. He's got the army advantage, and now he will send everything in order to get his own keep up in the middle, and Kiljardi's keeps falling. Not enough units here now for him in order to really take this fight. He's trying to get an SFBs in, but realistically, this is not a clock tower and SFBs, and there is enough anti-siege from Myriad. He's diving in. The SFBs, not a clock tower, goes down immediately, and without the army, Myriad is just completely just running over Kiljardi's army and into the base, and Kiljardi knows he cannot survive any longer in this game. GG comes in game number 1, and Kiljardi, he's gonna have to go back to the drawing board in order to look at how he can do in game number 2.
Yeah, beautifully played by Myriad there. It looked very scary as he was aging up to Castle Age, and definitely Kiljardi had the lead. He had that all that time to get the relics, to do more damage, and as he wanted to just go and keep the map control in his hands, just in the blink of an eye, just lost some knights and then get pushed back, and Myriad just had the good read on the game and just didn't let the keep in the center just keep him away from the victory. So well played to both players, and now we have Myriad just 1-0 ahead.
Indeed.
Best of
So
5.
now,
yeah,
We still have a good couple of games ahead of us here. Next up, we're going to be looking at our next game in this set. Players currently are drafting. They're deciding what map they want to see next. It is going to be Kiljardi that gets to decide the next map here. And it's just going to be plain old dry Arabia in the next one.
Okay, dry Arabia. Which civs do we expect here? I think HRE for Myriad. Like, if I was Myriad, I would play HRE here, looking at the other maps as well. And I expect HRE against Rus. Maybe.
Yeah, Rus definitely an option. Rus is just one of those civs that you can play everywhere, but we do also, I believe, have the Sacred Grove in there as well. If that is the correct map icon there for Sacred Grove.
I think it's Ballland. Oh, Japanese against HRE. Okay, one of them. Okay. I was saying, yeah. Okay.
Ooh, this is a tough one though. I want to say for Japan actually.
It is a very tough one for Japan. Myriad must be, I think, happy with the matchup he got here on this map. Well, Japan is still dangerous, right? Like if you just let them push some deer in and then like get to Mounted Samurai or Onamushas against like against your own like men-at-arms or knights even, it can be very dangerous because they have very strong units, but they just don't have that economy that HRE has. They don't have that capacity to spam units and also be able to tech up as HRE. It's one of the number one civ for a reason, right? I would say it's a number one civ for a reason. It's banned all the time, so we will see if Myriad is going to just play it, just save, just maybe open barracks in Dark Age, or will he do something different with like maybe mine work and play in Feudal Age? I think that would be fine.
Yeah, I think Myriad is a very, I want to say, like, straightforward player in what his strategies usually are. So I do believe that he will just put all, like, the cards on the table and go for that Dark Age barracks opening and just try to do as much damage with as many units as early on as possible while still, like, keeping a way open for him, like, depending on how much damage he does to go up to Castle Age. That's typically what I see from Myriad here in those games. Just make use of units. Like, don't just age up while being like naked, like not making units. Myriad always makes units, and that's definitely a good thing to do, especially as the HRE, as they just have this big abundance of resource that they can use in order to pump out not just units but also prepare for attack advantage aging up.
Yeah, that's right. And Kiljardi he has his own way of playing the game, right? He also likes to stay in Feudal Age, right? And he likes some Feudal Age action, so maybe he has something in his mind to play against like HRE here. So
I think there's a good way for Kiljardi to still do well in this matchup. I think if we see something like, you have to be very careful in this particular matchup, especially when you make Honor Bageisha, because HRE archers, they're a lot faster than normal archers. Now, you do have your own Yumi archers, which have equal movement speed, but they're a bit weaker, cheaper as well, though. But I think the ideal army composition is like something in between with Honor Bageisha and Mounted Samurai, but I do believe that we are ready to jump into our game number 2 now between these giants on Dry Arabia. So let's just dive in, everybody. We're jumping into Kiljardi versus Myriad, Japan versus HRE on Dry Arabia. And there we are, and we do also have Kiljardi opening up with a Dark Age barracks, and Myriad doesn't have any more wood, so indeed we do have the double Dark Age opening here from both players.
Yep, not really surprising. I would say I would expect, or if I was either one of these players, I would start Dark Age barracks. This is a bit of that RNG, maybe, with like the deer spawn. Maybe it could be behind your base, it could be like in front of your base, like, so you do want to get the deer pushed in, or you do want to just deny from the other guy from pushing all the deer into their base. So there's a lot of good uses. Like HRA, it doesn't hurt you. Your spearmen are fast. You will use the barracks later on, very likely, and your economy is just strong anyway. Like from the first second of the game, it's like very, very, very strong. And as Japanese, it's very cheap. So like, why not just do it, right? So both these
Sass,
civilizations.
I want to get your opinion on something here, because something that I just noticed. Do you think that Myriad? I'm sorry if I interrupted you there, but do you think that Myriad is going for a mine work here in this one? Because look at the way he placed his barracks inside of his base. He just ruined the perfect Archon Chapel spot.
Yeah, I think so, because yeah, I think he will do it, because maybe he's thinking that, okay, Japan wants to push in deer, like the way he just started. He's not going for his own deer. He knows where his deer are, right in front of his base. That's an easy push if you're HRE. Right, you can just easily push them in, but he's going aggressive. He doesn't want Kiljardi to have the safe food. He's actually fighting this, which is also, I think, fun, because he can just pull the low HP ones back, but he needs to pay attention. Oh, that one spearman getting hurt so much. And even if it's a HRE spearman, that is like running fast, he's like going on the enemy territory there. So he needs to be a bit more careful with that. He can heal his spearman. He's not killing the deer yet. So I think he just doesn't want Kiljardi to have resources that will be much more useful later on in the castle age. So I would say yes, that is what he thinks with the mine work, but he needs to. Okay, one spearman goes down. He's just killing the deer. I think overkilling the deer right now from Kiljardi. Okay, another spear will go down if it gets charged, but very low HP. Barely makes it. Now he will
put a lot of effort into that.
Turn back. Yeah, he put a lot of effort into that. I think he kind of caught off guard with that spearman just walking in. Because it's easy to mess up the Dark Age with HRE. HRE is one of the best civs in Dark Age, but I believe, Crackedy, it's one of the easiest civs to mess it up, like in the Dark Age from the get-go. Because you start 0 gold, different than other civilizations. So you start 100 resources less, but you have better villagers, you know, like better everything. But so, like, maybe he felt that pressure, because it's easy to mess it up. As I said, like, you misplace 2 villagers somewhere, it's like hurting you a lot more, hurting your age up timing a lot more. As we see, he has 6 villagers on gold now. Like, you're not going to keep 6 villagers on gold. He will have to move them away sometime later. So yeah, after all, no one is pushing their deer in, and Myriad is healing his spears up, and they're both making their way to feudal age. And okay, more spearman action. Kiljardi was busy killing that deer from Myriad. But it's not a fight that you want to take as Kiljardi, just because we just saw Myriad healing, as you see, like that low HP one. It will run faster than you, it will just run away. Be healed, not if you pull back into the fight. 1 for 1. Still taking those trades. Myriad, I think, is busy aging up with Minework Palace. He does indeed go
so
for
we do have that age up. Yeah. On the other side, Kiljardi is aging up with the Curse Stars, and honestly, I think Japan, while they do get a lot of value, obviously, out of pushing those deer early on, I don't think it's like the be-all, end-all at the end of the day. And Curse Stars is just one of the perfect examples for that, because in the end, you will be getting up to 12 free farms from the Curse Stars, which is a great way of just like artificially, well, not really artificially, but like naturally boosting your food transition very early on. Means that you just have this way more gradual curve of getting your farms up online, because as soon as all of those farms are up, then you passively generate a little bit of wood. Basically 1 villager's worth of wood every minute. And it just helps you a lot with just going for that farm transition. And oh, Myriad, he's trying to go for a weak villager there. Is he going to find it? He is going to find it, while the spearmen do go down, or at least most of them do go down. 1 villager kill here very early on. That is 5% of Kiljardi's economy that he just lost, and that is quite a big hit.
5% of economy lost for the rest of the game, not just now. So it's really tough to have these early villager losses, and we see Myriad is going mine work. and he will. I just expect him to. He's going pro scouts with my work. Okay. Okay, that's not something I expected, because I thought if I was HRE, I would be just spamming spears and archers most likely right now and just go for that gold. I know I killed the villagers, so I could have like much better timing before Japan hits Castle Age, right? So like Yumi cannot be a problem if you have a mine work, right, Crackedy? Because like they already
Yeah,
have low
they cannot.
damage, and if you just get like +1 armor really fast, like you can just be free and aggressive. And okay, that spearman. Oh, okay, I thought that
He
was a
got himself
villager.
trapped.
Yeah, he got himself trapped. Is he going to lose a villager there?
He is not. Was close, but that villager is going to be able to tell the tale here at the end of the day. And I mean, Myriad, yeah, I kind of still actually like the idea of going for pro scouts here, because he wants to make a lot of horsemen here as well, as he will be getting like the upgrade from the mine work in the end. And yeah, he's just going for mass military. Like we talked about this earlier, Myriad, he's a very honest player with like what his game plan is. The thing is, he sticks and he commits to it, and that's where it can get really scary, because sometimes you're like, oh, surely he's not going to commit. Myriad commits to the act of just like rushing up a lot of military and trying to harass you, cause idle time, and he just tries to create as much idle time as possible to the point where you just cannot recover and cannot hold up against the massive amount of military force that he puts up on the map.
It does indeed, and we see Yumi archers coming out from Kiljardi. So, but mine work, but no blacksmith upgrades for Myriad. And yeah, Kiljardi is going spears and Yumi right now against archers from HRE. Well, you do neutralize one of the advantages of the HRE archers, right? With the extra speed that you have with Yumi.
Yeah.
So that's something that's like I can see that being a thing for you. But looks like Kiljardi is more worried about Myriad getting to Castle Age or something like that, more than Myriad's worried about double stables. Okay, that's interesting. That's something I did not expect, and I'm up all for it. Like I cannot wait to see how this game will unfold, as we see Kiljardi getting pushed back and rushing a tower up on his gold.
Looks like he has enough Yumi archers though.
Yeah, he has enough Yumi archers, but Myriad is on 4 scouts already, pro scouting. So yeah, just no other eco or blacksmith upgrades yet, as he's getting his first ones right now.
Getting in double products as well as the pierce damage upgrade for his own archers. Behind that, Kiljardi, as you mentioned, like double stables play now, and he is gonna make horsemen. There's something to be said about like the intricate the ability of just researching owl pikes here for the Holy Roman Empire compared to Kiljardi's ability as the Japanese to just add a Yuma Bannerman there, because the Yuma Bannerman is gonna pretty much be the same thing here. You get the aura, your horsemen are actually gonna do +4 because you also get an additional blacksmith upgrade in the feudal age. Yeah. Meaning that your horsemen are actually still gonna be better. They're still gonna be outperforming even the HRE horsemen. You just need to be able to mass enough of them, which is difficult up against the economy from the HRE, but that's where Kiljardi is doing something really smart at the moment. He is very early on going out to the berries, and he did double upgrade his wheelbarrow replacement upgrade. So he's actually getting a ton of food in from those berries. Essentially, he's getting like 50% quicker food there. He's like a deli plus at the moment.
Yeah, he's like a deli plus at the moment, exactly. And now we see Myriad is being quite aggressive on Kiljardi's economy there. Tried to snipe a villager, wasn't able to. Well, one advantage that the normal archers have over Yumi is the HP difference, but now Kiljardi just has just a bit more, just enough to push Myriad back. He's actually shooting the horsemen down, not focusing on the archers right now. Oh, the spearman pushes back all those horsemen, but now maybe this is a bit of an overextension. I can't really tell because they're both streaming units.
It's very close. Yeah.
It's very close. It's very close. Very close trade, but yeah, like pro scouts against all these like free farms and all these berries. Like, look at the food income. Like, Kiljardi has actually better food income than Myriad right now. That is quite surprising to me, because he has a prelate, deer,
He's got
and
2.
under his town center.
Yeah, he's got 2
Yeah.
prelates, but in the end, like 2 prelates is not
Yeah.
enough to buff up all of these villagers, right? Like he can only,
Yeah.
of the 37 villagers that Myriad has, he's currently only inspiring 18 at the same time. So actually not able to get full inspiration here. We do see Alpikes just came in. Kiljardi, I believe he just got the... Yeah, he is currently researching the upgrade on his TC, so he will just in a little bit be able to get an Uma Bannerman up on the field, and once that one hits, the Alpikes is going to be completely negated from Myriad.
Do you go for Uma Bannerman or Yumi Bannerman now?
It's a tough call to make. It appears... Is that Uma?
That
it's
is
Yumi, right?
Bannerman. Yeah, that is Yumi
Yeah,
Bannerman.
that is the Yumi Bannerman. So it appears like he is going to go for the Yumi Bannerman. Instead of +3, he's going to have +2 on the horseman. And honestly, like, you're mostly going to be hitting the archers and do bonus damage there anyways. So that still makes a good bit of sense to me overall.
Yeah, and Myriad is not looking to stop anytime soon, but we see Kiljardi is still making some horsemen, but it's also getting ready to hit Castle Age, as we see he's just garrisoning up into that outpost and upgrading it. A little horseman raid on Myriad's gold. I think he wants to make sure that Myriad is not getting Castle Age anytime soon, but he has to defend that outpost as there's a lot of HRE units on it, a lot of archers. If it goes down, he will lose 5 villagers instantly, but just doesn't have enough to defend this right now. And the upgrade is coming in for the outpost, but it's just arrow slits. It's not gonna give it HP. It's a lot of idle time.
Oh, that's a lot of idle time. That's
a
a
lot
big amount of idle time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Myriad realized it, but I think he's overstaying here under this outpost now that is
Yes.
upgraded with the arrow slits, taking some town center fire, and the Yumi, it's just they don't care about the horsemen because they were protected by their own town center. And now Kiljardi, beautiful maneuver, horsemen are back there, and the Minotaur and that horseman is just holding them back just enough to stay away from the archers. These are really close fights, but Yumi, he doesn't stop. Where's the Yumi Bannerman? Oh, he's coming. The units are
Just
glowing.
arrived.
Yeah, just arrived now. Now, this will be a wild chase, I feel, but look at the resources, Crackedy.
Yeah, he's going up to Castle Age soon. Kiljardi behind us, and he did manage to stabilize Myriad. He lost most of his front line, meaning that it's going to be a lot tougher for him now to try and dive that outpost that Kiljardi has, especially with the emplacement. Managed to repair the outpost as well. And now, Kiljardi going up with the floating gate, he's going to be able to get a good amount of mounted samurai in. And the villagers that were on the berries at the bottom side that just ran out, they're now going to go onto the gold. So even if Kiljardi loses access over the gold in front of his base, he will still have a great amount of gold coming in from the bottom side, where he still has that 1 gold vein. Double outpost, and is that double outpost actually, or just 1 outpost on the berries at the front side, where he is currently still trying to gather up food at the moment, which he will need a lot of once the Age comes in as well.
Yeah,
there it
he's
is.
Already upgrading it with the arrow slit. I would love to see a Springle Tower up on this spot here, but yeah, Myriad has a huge army now and a good food income. He wouldn't be very far away from Castle Age himself. If he decides to do so, he would be able to upgrade all these archers. And another good thing about my work, like, you could get the +2 attack instantly when you hit the Castle Age. And Myriad just pushing Kiljardi away. Yumi upgrade is coming in, as well as Mounted Samurai will come out. I feel like Kiljardi will have some, like, 1 or 2 minutes before Myriad decides to go for Castle Age there. But Myriad is actually queuing up more units. That is, as you mentioned before,
yeah.
he really wants to go for it. He really wants to deny the gold now. But let's see if he will be able to stop Kiljardi on its tracks. He's focusing down the Yumi. Kiljardi not hiding back. The town center is already firing on those archers. 3 mounted samurai there will be, I think, enough to counter everything on the field that Myriad has, as he's just queuing up spears right now. Spears mean that he will be maybe staying alive, but he will be staying alive in Feudal Age.
Yeah, no real easy way for him to transition into that castle age at the moment.
Yeah.
And Kiljardi, he's just continuing to push forward. Did get the upgrade in on the Yumi archers as well, so now he has the option of pumping out Yumi archers behind this and is now also making his own farm transition. In theory, he does have the map control to once again move out onto the berries there, but actually, Myriad's doing a great job of just keeping on the pressure here and making sure that Kiljardi does not feel confident enough in order to really move out onto the map, move back onto those deer. He's actually doing a really good job here of just making sure that, yeah, Kiljardi does not feel strong enough to push out. We do have the first relic being secured, though, at the moment behind this. So Kiljardi, like, his economy scaling is looking pretty decent at the moment. Myriad also went for the first couple of farms. Does still only have 2 prelates in at the moment. And we're seeing even more production coming up. Yeah, Myriad, he's just flooding units while trying to look for like a slow and steady age up. And if he's able to get the age up, he's going to have a lot of arguably trash units. But even trash units, like in mass, we've always seen it, can be really, really strong together.
Yeah, they can be very strong together, but Kiljardi right now, he just queued +2 attack with Uma Bannerman and the Yumi archers. The number is getting really, really dangerous. Maybe if Myriad was able to, Regulus Cathedral is going up. Maybe if he spams enough crossbows or maybe his own knights, maybe he could stop it. But the mounted samurai is just going to be very, very scary for Myriad right now. Kiljardi already has +2 armor, and Myriad doesn't even have the castle age yet. So if he dives in right now with these units, and if he avoids the spearman, he will cause a lot of idle time. And as he goes into the gold of Myriad, there is no outpost for the villagers. A bit slow there. Prelate also goes down, and as well as some villagers. Oh, that's a beautiful raid by Kiljardi there. Myriad was busy, I think, trying to deny the relics from Kiljardi. I think he was just overstretching himself. Like, trying to do a lot of things at once. Yeah.
Stretching himself in there with the APM in the end will have to pay the price there as a couple of villagers do ultimately go down. Age up has come in now. He is going to be upgrading his archers to veterancy behind this. Control of the relics is a tough one at the moment. He is keeping archers in the middle to at least secure one of the relics there. Try and make sure his opponent isn't just sneaking that one in, but there's a big mass of units, and Myriad, he cannot stay here. He's got to run, but he's going to use a lot of units on the retreat just before he's getting the veterancy upgrade in.
Oh, indeed, those spearmen, as they're dying, they're trying to buy some more time for the archers, but more samurai coming in, and the spearmen are trying their best to give way for the archers, but oh, he's going in the wrong direction, the archers. They're still waiting for their upgrades. The spearmen, though, won't be upgraded anytime soon, so I think that's a fight those mounted samurai can take right now quite comfortably, but Kiljardi still wants to be more cautious as he's diving in slower and slower. He's not taking a head-on fight, he's just killing more spearmen and going after the villagers now. There is only 5 spearmen left, and I see 12 mounted samurai. I don't see Myriad killing this army anytime soon. Kiljardi is in the right place at the right time right now, and he's just... oh, so many villages will go down here.
Yeah, and I think that's probably going to be the end of the game here, as Myriad just does not have the resources to get Kiljardi out of his base, as villager after villager is going down. The entire food economy is starting to shut down. Prelate on the way back gets sniped as well, so no relic for Myriad. All the villagers underneath the TC just now idled out. We see some villagers actually moving forward, shouting, take me instead, I'm ready, I'm next. But yeah, it's just, at this point in time, it is too little, too late. Myriad, he's just analyzing at this point, okay, where did I go wrong? But this game is thoroughly over, and GG is coming in. Kiljardi able to equalize the set. It is 1-1 on the scoreboard now, and we're gonna be taking a look at what is coming up next, right after we take a look at these statistics here that we got, because I want to see just how did this happen? How did the HRE not manage to completely out-eco the Japanese in this one? We're going to be taking a look at the overall economy, and we do see Kiljardi actually out-ecoing the HRE here. And I mean, That's just kind of like one of the follow-ups that happens if you do go for the mine work over the Aachen and don't invest into enough prelates there in order to keep your economy fully inspired.
Yeah, that was impressive play by Kiljardi already, and well, HRE one of the best saves, right? But still, if you just play it correctly, you can just take down any save in the game. And as Japan, we were like in the beginning, well, this is going to be tough for Japan, for Kiljardi, but one or two mistakes that just leads to defeat or to a victory. And yeah, it was beautifully played. Now we're waiting for to see what will be our next map. We have Kawasan left, Carmel left, and Boltland, right? Yeah, we have all these three maps. All pretty active, I would say. None of them is really campy maps, right? Like, yeah, the Kawasan, even if it's like a hybrid map, it has a lot of action. So I think a lot of action is waiting for us. Carmel as well. It's famous night and very open map and a lot of food on the map, so you get a lot of units. And Boldan as well is in the same way. So with these two players that we have Crackedy right now, Kiljardi and Myriad, I think we're going to have a lot more villagers dying in this series.
Yeah, potentially. Wait, can they hear it?
Mind, guys, they were listening to a voice and I forgot to press the button. So guys, this didn't awkwardly just look at the camera. That was actually just me yapping. So guys, there's the Glorange giveaway is happening right now. We will be running it throughout the series and not giving it away at the end of this one, but at the end of next one. So you can now enter by saying !Glorange to enter into the giveaway. So, guys, for those of you who don't know, Glorange is just the most amazing little earbuds that Steelseries released, and they're orange, gloriously orange, as we will see. We'll take a look at them a little bit later, but back to the casters and back to me going all quiet.
Thank you, Wham. Yeah, definitely something amazing to look forward to. Honestly, I think that not just think that, but I'm really excited for like just getting like more in-ear, like gamer-ish type peripherals in the scene. Because let's not forget, like Steelseries, they're actually owned by Jabra, and Jabra, they're very, very famous for their headsets and their in-ears. So definitely something to look forward to. I'm very excited for those.
I'm very excited for those, and I'm excited for our next game will be on Boltland, and we will find out what the civilizations will be for the players. Okay, now that we know the map, I think, okay, this time, I think Rus, we will see Rus, because, well, Rus is one of the best civs on this map, I believe. Maybe Rus Malian or, okay, I'm wrong on Kiljardi's pick again. He picked French.
But that's not good for him.
Yeah, like I was expecting Malian or Chinese, right? Like, and Myriad, I think he believes that Chinese will not perform good against Rus, like the threat of Rus there. So he picks Malians, and then Kiljardi is kinda, I feel like he's just baiting himself into this like unfavorable matchup. I would say, French against Malians, especially on this map, on this very open map. So yeah, we're about to find out. We will see how these players will handle this matchup on Boltland. Yeah.
It's definitely a tough one. Like if you're in Kiljardi's shoes, obviously you have to be. Ah, there we go. We got the gamer buds coming in here. Look at that. Look at the little inscription there. Good luck, have fun there at the top of the case. And I gotta say, like they look very, very stylish, man.
Yeah, they look good. I would be very excited to try them out.
I like the adapter there as well. Just like it tucks in nicely into the case. So even if you're like on the go, if you're like on your way to a nice little LAN event, for example, you do have that adapter. You're able to take it with you. And if you get there, you're able to just plug it into one of the PCs and you are able to enjoy that high frequency 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi level of very fast audio coming your way. With Bluetooth, there's obviously like a little trade-off. You get way more battery life, but you do lose a little bit up on the latency. But having that adapter with you, that's like one of the things that makes these gamer earbuds, because you're always ready to game with them.
Yeah.
All right, time to take a look at the bracket. Yeah.
Okay, we have right now we're looking at Kiljardi against Myriad. Just needs a little update there, as we casted it was the first series that we casted Myriad against Eliona. Now winner of this series is going to play against the winner of CSO and Waldemar. I do not know the score yet on that one, but we have a lot of good games coming up on our way. Not just Kiljardi against Myriad, we have CSO against Waldemar, and winner of Cat and Muhuda match will play against Numudan. And remember, we have only one spot left to make it to the LAN event in July.
Yeah, and there are definitely a lot of very high-profile players here at the moment that are on their way, like, to compete for this last spot remaining. Obviously, like, probably the most high-profile player that we do have here remaining has to be Lucifron. So definitely a player to look out for. Other than that, though, CSO, I mean, that guy up and coming, but he's been making a great performance here so far. So definitely looking forward to that one. As he did actually manage to beat Valdemar out 3-0 previously. And yeah, currently still ongoing. Kiljardi vs Myriad, that's going to be the one where we will be looking at next. And definitely a very competitive bracket that we've got here ahead of us. Not just today, but also tomorrow.
Yeah, also tomorrow. And we're about to jump into our game number 3 against game number 3? Am I right?
Should be game number 3. Yeah, it should be game number 3.
Yeah, it should be game number 3.
Kiljardi and Myriad.
Yeah, I was supposed to, game number 3.
There we go, yeah.
Kiljardi against Myriad, French against Malians on bold land. Kiljardi with color pink on the south side of the map with the French, and Myriad with the color yellow on the north side of the map, playing as the Malians. And he just starts with a pit mine, as you do with Malians. Now, bold land is one of the famous like pro scouting map, because you look at all the deer on the map. They're all contested, they're all there up for grabs, and with French and Malians, I think we're about to see a lot of action on the map, starting right after we reach Feudal Age.
What's very nice on this map, especially for civilizations that do want to pro scout, is that just how segmented the deer are. Sure, you got like the 2 spots in the middle, but they are also segmented from 2 additional spots, which are like separated by these large wood lines there as well. So even if you're not able to have access to one particular spot of deer, you have plenty of opportunities or plenty of deer spots to switch up to if you can't really secure the first one here. So that's most likely something that we will see, or something that I'm interested in. If Myriad with Malians is going to like try to immediately contest the pro scout play, because obviously Kiljardi with the French, he's got the ability to just pump out 1 to 2 knights, so he will be very much able to deny Myriad even with the warrior scouts from pro scouting. I wonder if Myriad's just going to add in a barracks early on. The thing with barracks is that the Donzos, they cost actually quite a lot of resources, especially wood-wise, and with the recent change-up to pro scouts costing 150 wood for normal civilizations, let's not forget French, they do get a very nice discount to Ecotex, that could delay Myriad by quite a bit when it comes to that pro scout timing, should he opt for the barracks play as well.
Yeah, sometimes I like that idea, sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I didn't do this. So I'm not 100% sure, like, have my own opinions about that. Myriad is running low on sheep. Is that his scout not finding any sheep?
Oh no, he already sent them back. He dropped them off there on their way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, where are the sheep? Okay, he has good number of sheep, as it looks like. I couldn't count, but it looked like 10 sheep on his side. And we see Skull of Cavalry coming up from Kiljardi. Do you just go for maybe just scouts instantly? That's French and very, very early pro scout.
I think you should still start with at least a single knight just to like be annoying, like get some vision in, and like if your opponent's like very greedy with where they go for wood first, especially on a map like this, because typically your wood lines aren't actually that close to your TC on this map, you might be able to fish for a villager kill early on. So that's something that I think you should definitely do, especially like we talked about earlier, like pro scouts is much more expensive for normal civilizations wood-wise, meaning Myriad will have to gather up a lot of wood. So that's actually like a spot where he is vulnerable, where he needs a resource in order to make anything happen at all. And Kiljardi, I'm not sure, because at the moment he only has 3 villagers on gold, so maybe it is actually just a naked pro scout play from him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I looked at the villager numbers on gold, and I was like, well, it doesn't really look like going for like a knight and pro scout, or like a wheelbarrow and a knight, right? Like you usually have more on gold. And let's see what Kiljardi will queue up from that Skull of Cavalry of his. Oh, he queued up a knight. Okay.
So he's gonna actually delay his pro scout a bit. Doesn't have that many vills on gold. Actually, it's not that bad. It is a little bit bad though. Like 130 gold at the moment. He's gonna need like 190. That's a good delay of like 20 seconds until he's able to get the upgrade in.
Yeah, and I think especially like against Malians, it's like a bit too optimistic. Like not too optimistic. It's like a bit unlikely that you're going to like get a villager kill or something, because like he will see Skull of Cavalry and a knight, and he will start just making donzos right away. Oh, fast archer range. Did you notice that from Kiljardi? Horseman now coming after the knight. Okay, that was the plan then.
And double broad axe. Yeah, he's not going for the pro scout play. It's a bait. Kiljardi, we were thinking that he might not have a plan, but in fact, he does have a plan in this one, and yeah, he's playing around that one now.
well, okay. Now that he revealed his plan to us, not to Myriad yet, what do you think of this plan? Right now, you're Myriad. You're going pro scouts. You see the first knight, and then next second, he's going to look, and he will see horseman, and he will see an archer. Right, and he knows that Kiljardi is not going for pro scouts right away. So what do you do from there on? I think, I like the plan. I like the uniqueness of it, and I would like to see it work. But I think it's a bit unlikely. Remember, Malians, they do have heavy cavalry of their own in feudal age. It's not a French knight. It's not a royal knight. It's not like a Rus knight. Oh, that warrior scout is about to kill.
He's gonna get a kill.
He's gonna get a kill. That is huge, huge blow. And Myriad is just fighting with warrior scouts. He's not pro scouting yet. He will complete the technology now, but he's just pushing away these archers, being very annoying. He's playing this one really good so far. He has to back off a bit. As long as he doesn't lose these scouts, I think this has been really good opening for him so far. So the sofas are a thing, I believe.
They're so expensive.
Well, he's about to pro scout and he's Malians. Look at his gold. 0
The issue
gold.
that I see is that in feudal age, sofas still only have like 2 ranged armor, right? So they don't particularly perform that well against the army composition, but we do actually maybe
yes,
Myriad, I think he might be getting Myriad might actually be getting influenced by Demu here.
No,
I think we might just see mass warrior scouts. I don't think we see so far. I think we see mass warrior scouts.
No, mass warrior scouts. No. Sorry, I'm
double barracks.
I was a bit too excited there. Like he is already spamming archers. Like he just brought in deer. Like I would love this if he made just sofas. 2 stables.
Alright, so we got
only sofas. Come on.
We criticized Kiljardi a little bit earlier for his gameplay. We do see sofas. Maybe it's time for us to ask ourselves if maybe Myriad has got something planned here. Because yeah, the sofa play is coming in. Kiljardi behind this going for his own pro scout play. This is I want to say this is a very unorthodox meta game here that we are seeing from both of these two in this matchup, and I guess maybe you have to play it in such a weird way, because if you don't, like, typically this matchup would be very, very Marlian's favor, just courtesy of having probably the best units to deal with the Knight and Archer composition, which is probably by far the favorite that the French have access to in the feudal age, ahead of anyone else.
That is 100% correct. I agree with you on that. But right now, okay, like Myriad is having some trouble bringing in the deer, at least having the control over the map. He has to be careful against the archers. He has donzos, they can just throw some spears from afar. And some sofas, one more sofa coming out now. But like, this is the problem, I think. Like, sofa, you should be like, if you make one, you have to make another one. You know what I mean? Like, you should make more sofas.
They perform well in groups.
Sofas. Yeah, they perform, like, that's the strength of the sofa, right? Like, if you just look at the raw stats of a sofa, it's like, whatever, right? But we have so much room right now in the game for a lot of sofas. And I would really love to see that second stable going up and only sofas being played. But okay, another stable, 2 barracks and 2 stables from Myriad. He really wants to bring the deer in and have contesting the map. But like, longer term right now, Kiljardi is not pro scouting, right? He has 3 scouts though. Is he pro scouting?
He is pro scouting. He did get pro scouts, and he is actually actively pro scouting behind this at the moment. So he is getting a good amount of food, and he's got a good amount of wood in the bank as well, but he switched off of wood. Maybe this is the point in time now. Yeah, he is actually switching just into mass knights now, added in a second stable as well. Chivalry coming in order to heal those weak knights up as well. So this is more of the typical French that we see now. But on the other hand side, we're not seeing the typical Marlian play. No javelin throwers have yet hit the field.
Yeah. Now that he's pro scouting, I like this more for Kiljardi. I like this more for him now, because before, if it was without any pro scouts, like, okay, like, it's a good opening, all right, like, he's not pro scouting, but longer term it wasn't really sustainable, in my opinion. But now that he's pro scouting, now he's spamming knights. And Myriad has like sofas now against the knights, right? Like, that's not something that you want to do. So that second barracks kind of pushed Myriad back a bit, I feel like. So now, right now, he has to play in Feudal Age a bit more, and he has to make javelins now. So it's a bit weird spot for him, I believe. But he has 2 pit mines and more deer coming in. But the thing is, will he be able to bring in more and more deer? He has 0 cows. He has no cows at all. And yeah, he's making more warrior scouts. I think he just realized that that Kiljardi was also pro scouting. Maybe he just realized it, so he wants to rush on that, bringing deer more in. And Kiljardi has more knights and more archers in queue and is looking to cross the map on Myriad's side. Yeah, knights.
He's also doing a great job of walling half of his base there, because like, that's like one of the key strengths of the Marlians, just having that mobile army, and especially with the sofas, which they do actually have more movement speed than the knights from the French here. So being able to outmaneuver your opponent, being able to just shrink the amount of mobility that your enemy has by getting walls up at least on one side of your base already helps you a ton, because then you're able, like, if you're getting hit, your villagers can just move through a gate, past the wall, and your opponent's gonna have a tough time to follow them.
Myriad only has sofas that can actually like really hurt your villagers. Oh, nice pick off there from Kiljardi, killing 1 warrior scout. Maybe it will be 2 if Myriad doesn't pay attention. He killed 2 scouts and running away with the low HP knight, and we were seeing Myriad was trying to raid on his gold and getting pushed back by the knights. Kiljardi is maintaining his composure, let's say, a bit better, because he's not taking damage but dealing damage right now. Killing the scouts is actually like equal to an eco damage right now, at least like in my mind. And Kiljardi, a bit indecisive there. Myriad is on point, but he will have to pull away from that wood line, and that is big idle time. This is a lot of damage right now in Myriad's base, and we see first javelin throwers getting queued up, but there's already 14 archers on the field. He needs to rush those javelin numbers up as soon as possible because javelin throwers are made in 22 seconds, unlike the archers, which are created in 15 seconds.
Yeah, definitely something where you really like you need to be wary in this situation. Like how many ranges does Myriad have? Is it 2 or just 1 at the moment from which he queued up the javelin throws? Because that's like the main point where you want to have more production buildings in. Okay, he does have 2, and he is adding in cattle into the cattle ranges, but it's also so difficult, just as you mentioned earlier, like he got pushed away from the wood a couple of times there, and that's just the main factor right now that is slowing you back. Like that's the needle in the haystack where Myriad just needs to find a way of just delaying the push in from Kiljardi until he has enough javelin throws out.
Exactly, and Kiljardi is getting +1 armor now. He really wants to fight sometime soon. I think if he deals with all these like units running around from Myriad on the map, he will just group up and he will look to do some damage, maybe on the wood line, maybe on the gold of Myriad, because I think he knows that he has a better army. He's getting ram upgrade, yeah. He's not thinking of castle age. It's as we expected, right, from these players. It's going to be a lot of aggression, a lot of houses, a lot of infrastructure in front of Myriad's town center there that can go down. And Myriad, if he tries to get to castle age now, he's risking a lot of things here, and he's floating some resources. He wants to get to castle age, but he doesn't know that Kiljardi has such a big mass. I think it's a surprise to him. It's 16 knights right now, and with the ram upgrade, the siege works coming up. Oh, that's a traffic jam between those buildings. Some donzos are going down, knights are going in. They do not care of the town center fire, and he keeps going in. The military numbers look great for Kiljardi here, but he decides to back off. He just got the ram upgrade, right? He wants to get the rams because there's some javelins there. Yeah.
Yeah, and behind us as well, like Kiljardi could very well like reach castle age in just a matter of moments. And once again, the javelin throws, Kiljardi just forcing Myriad out of position here. And now so many javelin throws going down. We see a lot more javelin throws in the queue now as Myriad just lost a bunch. But Royal Institute is coming in. Kiljardi, he knows his position. He knows what he can do once that landmark comes up. And that's what he's playing for now. Once you get that royal bloodlines in, these knights are going to be able to even fight up against the Donzos very comfortably, even underneath the TC.
Yeah, that's 100% correct. But I think even like just getting a veteran royal knight would be enough to just win the game now. Like you don't even royal bloodlines, great upgrade. As you said, it makes your knights like super knights for castle age, especially. Ooh, those sofas will be taken care of really fast there. Like I think you just wait, veteran upgrade, maybe the charge upgrade, candle saddles, and then you just go in. If you're Kiljardi, like it will be just enough. Like it would be perfect because it takes only 30 seconds for Kiljardi. Look how fast that knight upgrade is coming in compared to the archer upgrade that he has. Myriad rushing it up, 27 villagers. Also, he will be upgrading his units quite fast because that's a Malian bonus that's usually getting slept on, I feel like.
Oh, it's such a big bonus, being able to get the veterancy upgrades in at half the time needed and half the cost as well.
Yeah.
But it's still like such a tight timing here. Myriad, he doesn't actually have the gold for it. Even with that reduced cost, he's going to have to go for a drop-off and wait for the passive gold to come in. But this is such an awkward timing now, as Kiljardi's army is just now hitting veterancy already in on those knights, and he is not giving Myriad the time that he needs to get those upgrades in. Nard's trying to charge in. We do have a little bit of a choke point here. Myriad trying to just force the fight to happen inside the choke point. He has got so many cattle in, but yeah, Kiljardi, he's just being relentless here right now. No focus fire on the archers at the moment from the TC. Archers now also upgrade with the veterancy. So many villagers here now going down, and the javelin throw is kind of frontlining as well. Myriad doing his best to focus down the archers, but the Donzo number, they're just falling so quickly. Couple of reinforcement Donzos, but we're down to 4 at the moment, and the archers, they found them. That's it.
That's it. Kiljardi, as I kind of expected, he just got the veteran upgrade. He heard the HF from Myriad. He just went in, charged, and like didn't even wait for +2, right? Like a lot of players, a lot of even high-level players would like waste time there I believe. Like I could be one of them as well. Like I could just waste time and then just like lose the game maybe later, like make it harder for myself. But Kiljardi was just so on point. He knew that it was his time to just take the game away. He just went in, veteran Royal Knights, Cannon Saddle, just went in, took the game away, and now he's leading 2-1 in this best of 5 against Myriad. Match point. He must be feeling more comfortable after this game because this one was more. It had a lot of action on the map, right? Like you must be feeling good after winning this one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this was one of the games where we were definitely, I want to say, like, I'm not sure about you, but I was definitely like favoring Myriad just from a matchup kind of point of view, just because Marlene said they're so good up against the French. They just have all the tools that they need in order to deal with the French army. But Kiljardi, he did such a great play here, I want to say. Like, I think he really knew how to handle this just by going for the very early aggression. And he caught Myriad off guard. And Myriad, he struggled with finding the correct army composition to respond as effectively as he wanted to. We saw him add like a couple of sofas, even more warrior scouts, because that was like kind of the thing that happened at the beginning. Like the warrior scouts worked for Myriad at the beginning until they didn't. And Kiljardi just managed to build up on that little bit of an advantage where Myriad kind of trapped himself in the wrong army composition. And that's like one of those things that can just kind of happen to you when you take like one good trade and you're like, oh, this is good. I should do this more often. And then it doesn't scale. And this is kind of what happened here. It didn't scale, and Myriad, once he found the right army composition, it was just a little bit too late. He could not get the right army mess up. Maybe also overboomed a little bit in the cow boom. Couldn't quite find the timing. And in the end, Kiljardi able to win this one, 2-1 now. But we're still in the best of 5. So there are still more games ahead of us. And next up is going to be Sunken Lands, Sassy.
Oh, it's Sunken Lands. Oh, I thought it was Is it Sunken Lands?
Oh, is it?
I thought it was Carmel.
It might be Carmel. I might be a little bit blind. You know, sometimes my eyes, they play tricks. This is why I have the glasses on, but clearly they don't compensate enough in this point.
No, I mean, they're new maps, so like both of them are, it's easy to be confused by it, because, yeah, they just...
I feel like they look similar. Like
they're
they have
similar
these kind of
also,
cliffs
yeah.
that...
Yeah, they have the little cliffs and like these very open-ish map. They're both very open. So yeah, we will find out the civilizations. I'm still waiting for that ruse from Kiljardi. Be it Sunken Lands or Carmel, I think ruse would be a very good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carmel. Like you can't even just skip pro scouting because there's a lot of sheep, and then you just go for like fast castle with ruse and like
it's so good there.
Certain number faster. You
Got
can
a
even
massive
pro scout
as well.
later. Like there's so much deer on the map. You can even like pro scout later. Ruse coming up from Kiljardi. Ruse against China. I think this matchup is like China is one of the best civs in the game, one of the top civs in the game. But against Rus, they just don't have that. They just don't have that thing that like French could fight against Rus, right? Like even Ottomans, HRE, Lancashire, they just don't have the tools to fight against Rus or compete against Rus. They have the economy, but I feel like they just don't have the units or the, I don't know, timing, maybe if someone could say, to fight against Rus. Well, we will find out what Myriad has in mind, but we had seen Myriad earlier today coming back from 2-1 in a best of 5 against Eliona, so let's see if he will be able to do it again. What do you think of China against Rus? What do you think about this matchup?
I think overall it's a pretty decent matchup for, I want to say, like both civilizations. I don't think there is a civilization that's like inherently immediately favored. Something that I want to say is I feel like if the Rus get like their fast castle age up going, there's like a little like hidden timer of like 15, let's say like 15 to 18 minutes, where if Rus doesn't win or like do significant damage within the first like 15 to 18 minutes of the game, China starts pulling ahead. I think like the first 15 to 18 minutes are very much Rus favored when it comes to the tempo of the civilizations. And after that, it starts switching over to China depending on when they get their Song Dynasty timing in or whether they go for like their own fast castle age, because you always do have the taxes, and especially in a map like Carmel, you can get a lot of use out of the deer, like out of map control, or even if you pro scout, just out of a lot of food. And with the like supervision that you get as well, like it's just so much bonus food as well. You can actually get like a critical mass going to compete up against even like the higher quality Roost Knights. And the longer the game goes, like China just pulls ahead due to taxes and supervision.
Yeah, taxes are something for China here. It's like one of the main strengths that they could have against Rus. But the Rus, as I said, especially if he does that like no pro scout into Castle Age, like I don't know. I would like to be Rus on this matchup at least, but still, it's just like we're just talking about like as if it's me playing against myself, right? But like players just have like different preferences. Like even the top players, right? Like they have, well, I think this is the best one. I think this civilization wins in this matchup. Like there is no one correct answer. So players have their own differences and their own play styles also will be something into that. So that's why we're about to find out now. Kiljardi against Myriad soon. And we're ready. Let's go into game number 4.
Indeed. Game number 4. We're jumping right into this one. This is going to be match point now for Kiljardi. He is leading 2-1 at the moment up against Myriad, and we do see him playing as the Rus here in the color orange on Carmel, putting up those double hunting cabins here, as we typically see with Rus, just able to secure a lot of passive gold there. Thank you, BC, coming in with the raid here. Very much appreciated. Welcome, Raiders, as you are now seeing our game number 4 between Myriad and Kiljardi. Myriad here with the Chinese. And, you know, China, their scouting is definitely on a little bit of another level, because you just take a look at their line of sight, and China, they just have this massive line of sight bonus on their scouts, meaning that they can just see the sheep from very far away. There we go. Myriad sees it, spots it in time, gets that sheep in. And especially like a map on Carmel, there's already plenty of deer out on the map, but there are also just so many sheep that you can secure as well at the same time.
Yeah, this map has a lot of food on it. Just not just the deer, not just the sheep, but also the berries. Like obviously China and Rus, they're not the berry sieves, but they have like their own advantages of having like some extra food on the map. Like even the berry sieves here, like a Basset, Eubid. I really like to play Eubid here, like personally. Like those civilizations also do have their own options there. Like you don't have to be hunting. Like as long as you're like a good berry sieve, you can still like do a lot of things here. So maybe it's a bit too much food to my taste, but it's a new map, so it's a very open map, so we still have to, I think, figure it out a bit more. And yeah, but yeah, right now let's compare the scouts from Kiljardi. 2 scouts from Kiljardi.
We do have the picture-in-picture, so we can't see the sheep at the moment.
Yeah, we can't.
There we go.
Okay.
So, Myriad with 11 sheep.
Not great, not terrible. Okay.
Kiljardi 14.
It's
reasonable.
It's normal against 2 scouts from Rus, right? It's like pretty normal.
Yeah.
And you're China with the extra vision and all. But the thing is, Kiljardi did not go for a 3rd scout, which usually kind of indicates that you're going for pro scouts, right? Plus, one thing to point out, this map has those 3 deer just right next to your town center that you can just push in there, just a little bit push and under your town center. So that's a lot of food. That 3 deer may look like it's not a lot, but it's a lot of food, right? 350 each. So it's just enough to like get to Castle Age and start rolling from there. Plus with the extra sheep that you have. So maybe, okay, Kiljardi made his 3rd scout. Forget what I was saying.
I mean, at this point, it makes sense to a lot of sense to go for the 3rd scout in the transition, like on your way to Feudal Age, because you mentioned earlier there are only 3 deer nearby your base, So you don't really benefit from the third scout, like helping you lure at the beginning. It would just like delay your feudal age timing a little bit. So going for the scout in the transition just makes a lot of sense. Something else to take note of here on this map. We mentioned earlier, there's a clear abundance of food on this map. Something that there isn't an abundance of, though, is gold. Players around their base and in their base only have small gold veins with 1600 gold inside of them. This is why China and Rus are just such prevalent civilizations on this map, because they do have those tools of expanding their gold income without leaving their base, just thanks to taxes and also the bounty from the Rus there with the hunting cabins.
Yep, and we see Kiljardi. Okay, going for the pro scouts now. He just clicked it up now. He wanted to get the lumber camp first, and he's queuing up more scouts. And Myriad, I believe he's doing the same as he's banking up his gold. Well, Rus and China here, it's not just pro scouting, as you just mentioned about the gold. They both have their own very nice ways of generating gold without actually gathering it, right? Like the China taxes and Rus with the hunting cabins plus the bounty. Like, they're just like really good. They're both really good on this map, right? Like, you are able to just bring in a lot of deer. You're able to produce gold from outside gathering it. So, as to say. So, yeah, Myriad is going for his own pro scouts right now. Kiljardi is not stopping and keeping the scout production going. Right now, what is the follow-up from here as China? Like, well, this is all pretty standard for now. Right?
Yeah.
IOs, scouts, pro scouts. He's even going to try to steal one. I think, okay.
It's not
he
gonna
sucks,
happen.
right? That's not gonna happen, and that's like, there's a lot of deer, man. Just stop stealing from him. Just go get your own deer.
Go get your own, man.
Yeah, go get your own. There's like a lot. Like, just share. Like, like, do you even try to stop the other guy, like, from like pro scouting right now? Like,
I
there's a
think,
lot of
honestly,
deer
like,
everywhere.
I think you don't even go for like a barracks or something like that. I think honestly,
Yeah.
like in this matchup, you just make more scouts. Like you got the supervision, right? So just make like 10, make like 11, 12 scouts and just overpower with scouts, because yeah, you can add a horseman or two as well. In the end, like your opponent's Rus, they're more than likely not even gonna make a production building until they hit Castle Age. So you should be able to just spam out more scouts and win the battle that way. Myriad, he did actually, I want to say, overgather like a lot of wood at this point as well. He's got 500 wood in the bank that he can't really spend right now. Maybe he want to add more production buildings, or at least keep the option open of adding more production buildings. But this is putting him in a rough spot when it comes to time, because looking at Kiljardi's income, his resources, he is very close right now to being able to click up to the next stage.
Yeah, indeed he does. And Myriad just, I believed stopped gathering wood totally. Yeah, he did stop gathering wood. Kiljardi is about to get to cat. I like this 3 horsemen though. I like these 3 horsemen. Like, it's still going to, okay, not if you just follow it all the map. Well, it's still gonna kill 1 scout, but yeah. Barbican coming in.
Oh, in the middle of the map as
Okay.
well, securing gold and map control.
Oh, okay.
It's a delay though.
Oh, it's a big delay though. Like,
Yeah, 600 resources there.
I mean, do you really want this as Chinese? I'm not really sold on this, Barbican.
Yeah, it doesn't really achieve a lot, but then again,
Look.
you are starting the passive like scaling of your own villagery economy a little bit earlier. And at the same time, like looking at your income, you're not that far off of just hitting Castle Age. Like by the time that Kiljardi arrives in Myriad's base, he's gonna like have an answer to 1 or 2 early knights, but also just be able to go for the age up himself.
Yeah, he's not too far away from reaching Castle Age himself, and well, the thing is, Kiljardi is not making horse archers. He's actually going for the knights because there's already horsemen out. So he will open with some knights. Myriad needs to be careful taking a TC fire there, plus the knight charge. Oh, those horsemen.
You could
will
actually say he costs idle
Right.
time on the villagers there, so that's worthwhile.
Yeah. That was I mean, Rus villagers hunting, right? Idle time was good for him there. A Myriad wants to play only knights? He does know now Kiljardi is on stables and the knights. Well, okay.
Well, that's a far out Imperial Palace.
Okay, Imperial Palace. I mean, he wants that extra vision, right? Like, he doesn't want to get raided, maybe. But only 5 villagers on it right now. He will be behind in knight numbers at the start, and he will be behind in
he's pulling too many vills. Look at that. He's pulling 10 vills. He only has 2 villagers on food at the moment. Oh, this could be very devastating.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's a lot of gold. Like, as we were mentioning this, like, he just aging up, and 1 IO with only like 5 villagers on gold is just bringing in so much gold for him. It's just a lot of gold.
This is where like a big aspect actually comes in here, and it's like civilization knowledge, like how prevalent your skills are with many different civilizations. And I think here we see maybe like Myriad typically not necessarily favoring the Chinese. They came in very late into the set anyways for him. And right now it's just the macro being a little bit off. We do see him retasking a lot more villagers over to food now, and he is going to need a ton of it. We see the first couple of crossbows coming in. But behind this, like Kiljardi already 2 warrior monks out, and they are so quick, so quick at bringing in those relics for the Rus. And we see 2 of them are pretty much already on the way now for Kiljardi.
Indeed. Like this horseman and crossbow composition, like it can start fighting against like the Rus army at some point, but if that is only if the Rus wants to fight against you, right? Because horse archers plus knights
can't move out.
You cannot move out ever, and you will not be able to get relics, I feel like. So Myriad has to come up with something sometime soonish, because you may just get like bullied around on the map. Like you may get like just outmaneuvered, I would say. Yeah, outmaneuvered, like not just relics, like the units themselves. Like he wants to compete against some of these relics, I think, maybe. Because it's just only 2 knights, right? Okay, Kiljardi is switching back to horsemen now. He wants horsemen and horse archers against horsemen and crossbows. And Myriad is actually doing yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So Myriad, if he makes a barracks and some spearmen on top of this, it may sound a bit weird. Maybe for now, just for the relics, it could be okay. But Kiljardi is bringing in 4th relic right now.
Yeah, Myriad, he has gotten 2 monks out now. Like, even if he doesn't get, like, more than 1 relic, he still has the way of scaling if he gets sacred sites, but getting that sacred site control is actually gonna be quite rough for him, just because Kiljardi, he's got the way more mobile army at the moment, with horsemen, with the cav archers, and they're gonna do quite well, even up against the crossbows, mainly because he can also, like, the crossbows don't do any bonus damage up against the cav archers, and Kiljardi can further improve them with Boyar's Fortitude, at which point those crossbows will, like, you're gonna need a lot of crossbows in order to one-shot the cav archers, and the cav archers, they do, like, equal damage, don't cost gold, and have more health. And there it is, Boyar's Fortitude now also coming in. That's gonna add so much value to the army.
Yeah, this is going to have so much value. Like every unit you see at the top bar there is mounted. Even the monks, even the scouts, everything is just mounted on a horse. So it's a big value for Rus army now. And we don't see a lot of eco upgrades from both sides so far. And Kiljardi knows where the Imperial Palace is, and he's going around to not be seen. But I think Myriad spotted it. Okay. The scout was there. He spotted it. He was like turning around. Otherwise, it could be very devastating because he has the slower army. Or maybe he doesn't know about that big part.
You should see them in just a little bit. Can we get some? Can we see what Myriad sees at the moment? Oh, he's gonna see that. Now he sees them.
He sees them now, and he's going to make a village there. Village can help him. That one already built there to garrison, to minimize
Garrison,
the damage.
if you do-
Garrison. Oh,
He didn't
okay.
garrison. Oh, 3 villagers down.
Three,
4
four.
villagers.
Kiljardi is
5.
just like doesn't care. He's just going for the villagers now. He's staying and wanting to kill villagers. Another IO goes down. 7 economy units
Oh, the gold as
Just-
well.
goes down. But was it worth it? That was a lot of horse archers that was lost there.
It is a lot, yeah. And let's not forget, like, Myriad is in Song Dynasty, so he is going to be able to
Yeah.
scale up the village production behind this. 2 Imperial officials, he can just remake those very
Yeah.
easily.
I don't feel like it was worth it. Like right now, the military numbers, like the horse archer's strength comes from their numbers as well, right? Like if you have
Yeah.
a lot of horse archers, they just like deter your opponent from like being active and in very large area on the map. And now he's just like losing all those horse archers. Maybe he felt like that he needs to do some damage. Maybe he felt like he cannot like come back. But if he just kept moving as he went in, I think he would just like be able to save them.
The
Now,
resources for Myriad.
yeah, look at the resources for Myriad. Like, I think it's looking good for him. Like the numbers,
Yeah.
resources, everything. Like right now, what is stopping him from adding knights right now? Like he has the stables,
Yeah.
he has the upgrades
Just 10 knights
now.
immediately.
Just supervise 10 knights and then just go for it. Like Myriad is that type of a guy that would do this, right? Like we know him. And yes,
There
he's
it
queuing
is.
the knights. There it is. Yes. There we go.
He can't
If
hear us,
he's
by the way.
just-
It's not
he
like we're
can't- yeah,
giving him like
guys, he
player tips right
can't-
now.
Yeah. No, he cannot hear us, but like that's you know where you are in the game, right? Like he knows he killed a bunch of horse archers and he sees the army. He's against horses. He's against horsemen and horse archers. But now Kiljardi is also expecting that, I think, or just intimidated by the sheer number of horsemen on the field. He's adding his spearmen.
And we're getting
He's
to that
adding-
point in the game that I
yeah.
mentioned earlier where you are now in that situation as China where you just scale better. Kiljardi, he kind
Yeah.
of threw away like his army there. We talked about it. And now he doesn't have that going for himself anymore. At this point, like because Myriad also added the Barbican that early on, he lost
Yep.
11 economy units and he's still ahead in economy numbers just because he gets those villagers in every 15 instead of every 20 seconds. It just adds up so much.
Yeah, plus the IOs, right? Like he just lost an IO, but he just like remakes it like from the landmark, not from the town center. So that's like also a huge buff. 20% on everything that he's getting right now. Now he's adding nest of bees, knights, and even chukanus getting mixed in. I think like at this point, I don't know, it's a bit surprising that we're seeing chukanus, but they already have crossbows, so like adding some chukanus there for extra DPS as you're adding the knights, like you're just, is it bad? Like he's just enriching his army. Like
It's a nice like just meat shield or just like mass arm unit to like have overall. But can we quickly check Myriad's production buildings and economy buildings inside of his base, just see how many taxes he's got in there? Because I do notice that he's got every single imperial official supervising. And we do actually see like there's a fair amount of gold inside of these production buildings, 110 inside the barracks there. We got like 80 here, 135 there. And there's nothing going on in the blacksmith at the moment. He doesn't need to supervise that. There's like 1,000 gold inside of Myriad's base right now, just waiting to get picked up.
yeah, would it be like, it's too much. It's too much tax, and he's like he can go Imperial Age if he decides to. If he just stops like doing anything right now and just gets back on gold, gets the taxes, all of those taxes in, he can go Imperial Age. And here he already has the Barbican, and the central area, as you mentioned in the beginning of the game, is very, very important. That is the only big gold that's on the map, and there's 2 more tiny golds around it. Oh, Kiljardi is starting to trap it down. He doesn't want
That's
to give him
interesting.
more time.
That's gonna take a while to trap down, since like Myriad, he can
landmark.
just repair that with wood. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a landmark. Springles now, after he spotted the spearman. So I think Myriad is just like getting a doomsday army. The knights are going back, the lancers from Chinese are going back to deal with all these horsemen.
We just
I'm
did
kinda
Myriad a favor.
yeah.
By pushing that imperial official away from the blacksmith, Myriad might now actually start collecting taxes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sometimes, yeah, like even on the highest level, you know, like some unexpected things just changes like few
Look at the
things
gold
here
going
and
up.
there.
He went from 700 gold to
yeah.
2,000.
That can we take a look at that guy that's in the base, just like gathering tags for a bit. Like look how
70
much
here,
tag-
70 there.
70 there. Let me get more from. Oh,
Oh, loses his life. Unfortunate.
unfortunate. Well, he will.
We
make
just get another
one.
Imperial official. Yeah.
It's almost
And
free.
another.
Okay, he needs to get 2 more, but it's fine. It's fine for him.
If he realizes.
Yeah, I think he will. I think he will.
Oh,
Okay,
we got a
now
keep up now in the middle as well.
Myriad wants to go in without his own trebs or knights on here. That's a lot of Mr. Bees though, but you have to protect them.
Not clock tower.
Oh, not
go
clock tower
down.
and too low HP. They're too low HP. Just snipe it.
He's not sniping it.
Oh,
He's
no.
refusing to snipe it. And the spear numbers are going down quickly. They did a good amount of damage. They cleared up all the horsemen from Myriad. And a lot of the knights as well.
Look at the destroyed value. Oh my
It's-
god, that's so much.
It's still in favor of Myriad, but it's not like that much in favor considering just how much in favor it already was earlier. Like this fight
Yeah.
actually went rather evenly, and Myriad, he's just about run out of food inside of his base. Like he's gonna have to move out to berries next or to farm transition.
And Kiljardi,
But there
funny
are still a lot
enough,
of berries.
There are still a lot of... This map has a lot of berries.
That's so much
But-
deer here. Dude, the trade house.
Yeah, but this map has a lot of boars, as Kiljardi has 2 boars as Roos inside his walls right now. Or supposedly will be walls. I don't know if he completed all those yet. Okay, he will try to complete them. It's a bit weird that a map this open, to me. I wouldn't expect this like to happen this game. Like a map this open is just so much focused in the center right now because of the Barbican and that gold there. Oh, Barbican is under fire.
It's a very Regions-like experience.
Yeah, this is like Regions at home. Or maybe Regions is Carmel at home. Okay, that's half of that HP of that keep went down. Springles and crossbows are doing some hard work there. And
Knights are going
now
down.
Nest of Bees.
And now more
Knights are
horsemen. Have
Oh,
archers
more
having-
horse archers coming in. Oh, but the Nest of Bees. Oh, they're just
Oh,
like
God.
heat-seeking missiles. They're just like, it doesn't care. Oh, no.
He lost all the units.
No. And the keep is about to go down. And then there is nothing stopping Myriad's Chickanews, crossbows, and the Nest of Bees from just absolutely rolling this base like a carpet. Now, yeah.
We didn't have any
that's-
mangonels here. That could have helped him quite a bit. Never forget, like, these aren't clock tower. You can actually make mangonels up against them. They trade out fine, actually, up against non-clock tower Nest of Bees when you, like, shoot against each other. Because Castle Age Nest of Bees, they've been nerfed as well. At this point in time, like, mangonels are fine against them. But yeah, not having them here now means that the range mass from Myriad just isn't really something that Kiljardi can compete up against. He needs so many horsemen, and Myriad's just still pumping up out these knights at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking back a bit. Where did it go wrong for Kiljardi? Maybe he didn't need to keep. Like, if I was him, I think I would just keep making like mobile units like all the time. Maybe like no spearmen. Just keep the Chinese player just running around and yeah, I don't know, but like the Myriad had a really strong economy, like thanks to that Barbican, and had a really good macro. It felt like, 'cause suddenly I just looked at his resources and suddenly he had like 1,000 food and 1,000 gold and just like more units than the Rus player. So something went wrong there, but I'm not sure exactly why. And we see Myriad just taking his sweet time, just rolling. Oh, that's a nice attempt from Kiljardi. Good pickoffs, but this is like, how do you stop this? Like, he's doing his best, delaying this, killing villagers. That's also a very nice pickoff, like killing more IOs everywhere. But there's 3 trebs, 6 Nest of Bees, a lot of crossbows and springles. Like, what do you do against that? How do you clean
He's
that
trying-
up inside your base?
He's trying to get mangonels out now against us. Yeah, he's got 2 of them out. But there's 6 nests of bees, so he's gonna need like 6 mangonels up against that.
Yeah, and not only that, like he needs to protect those mangonels because like Myriad has a real like outside siege, like real units, individual units. He has 13 knights. He still has to protect those mangonels against the 13 knights.
The relics!
Oh no. Oh no.
It's starting. The relic heist is commencing now. And behind this, the trebuchets are just getting in so much value here, taking down all the infrastructure. Knights cannot quite dive onto the mangonels there, unless...
Oh, no, one of the mangonels will go down and the other one is on a half HP, and the Nestopees are just shooting down on the horsemen. When you have enough Nestopees, you don't care whatever you're shooting at, as you just see the Nestopee shot, and all of those horsemen are just melting down. So many horses dead on the ground. Kiljardi is trying his best, really getting good raids, but Nestopees, there's no stopping this. This is just snowballing. Myriad is about to take the game number 4, and maybe he will be able to come back in this best of 5 against Kiljardi too. 2 more mangonels are coming up. Like, Myriad is not running out of food. This is not stopping, right? Like,
yeah, he's
no
he's
way
just
you clean
using
this
all
up.
the berries on the map and the boar. Yeah, and these raids from Kiljardi, they're nice, but they're just not enough. Like, Song Dynasty, gets... Wait, actually, Nest of Bees have been half now in numbers, but there's still just so many knights. No crossbows anymore. All the production buildings have been taken out. Not enough archer ranges.
Yeah, the knights are doing it for Myriad. Like, Kiljardi did his best. Killed 32 economy, villagers and imperial officials. Sniped Nestopees, cut off reinforcements, but like this death ball thinned it down, the crossbow and the Nestopee numbers, but he just, like, in the end, he doesn't have enough to stop the Lancers from Myriad, and we have another 5-game series in our hands.
Yeah, indeed. We are gonna go all the way to game number 5. So we do have a match point now, a proper match point between these 2 players, and it is going to be on Kawasan. So next up, we will be seeing a hybrid map. When it comes to options for Kiljardi, he's got the Ottomans, he's got English, he gets Order of the Dragon. Myriad, one of the more popular civilizations, I want to say, on Kawasan. He's got access to the Abbasid, Jeanne d'Arc, and the Delhi. Abbasid, they just look really, really good on Kawasan. Just, you know, getting those cheaper docks in, especially like you have these pawns that you really want to contest. Being able to go double or even triple dock very early on just means that it is so much harder for your opponent to get you off that pond.
Yeah. Abbasid, like, is one of the civilizations that I would really like to not play against on maps like Kawasan. But Kiljardi has really good 3 civilizations, not just 1 or 2. All of these civilizations that are left for Kiljardi, I think, will be able to deal with Abbasid if Myriad goes for it. But he could go for Jeanne d'Arc as well. I can see Myriad being that type of a player that will go for Jeanne d'Arc on Kawasan. Maybe. I'm really curious about the picks here. I can't actually wait what Kiljardi is about to pick. It could be any one of these 3 civs. Ottoman, English, OTD. I think all 3 are good here. Are not bad, at least. Let's say not
English?
bad here. Yeah, of course.
Okay. I'm honestly, like, not a big fan. It is Kawasan, but he
picked English.
I don't see it.
Okay,
He
right
did.
now, just because you doubted me, I'm sorry. Myriad is a really good friend of mine. Kiljardi as well. I really like him. I want English to win, just because you doubted. Okay, I will pick sides now. Just kidding.
Aye.
I want the best guy to win. But like, yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It can deal with the military wing. You have the king, plus it's a tiny lake in the middle. Even longbows will be very useful. Like English here, White Tower in the center, or like the town center landmark. It's good. It's good here. We watched a lot of English games here. Come on.
Yeah, it's just like they don't really get that great of an early economic boost, right? At most they get a discount on their ships, but it doesn't feel like that good overall when you can consider, okay, Abbasid, they get a 15% economic bonus, and you can't really like get a big return on the ranged upgrade, on the Admiralty upgrade, on such small pawns if you're playing as the English. So not the best like map there to take advantage of that upgrade. I don't think he can realistically go for that. And it's just a tough one. I'm gonna say, like, I think English is the underdog here. But maybe you say you like English a lot here. Maybe Kiljardi can prove me wrong here in this one, prove you right instead.
Okay, to be clear, I don't like English a lot here. I think like they're both good
Okay, I see the backpedaling already.
No. It's not backpedaling. It's not backpedaling. Like it's like there are better civs. Cherry, I think China, Sushi, like Japan. There are way better civs. But right now with these drafts, I see the reason behind English, especially against the Abbasid. Let's see. Let's find out what will happen in this game. And let's go into game number 5 on Kawasan.
All right. Gamers, here we are. It is time. Match point. Game number 5. It's Kawasan. We got Kiljardi in the color orange, already moving out with the villager in order to dock one of the pawns. And Myriad in the best color in the game, playing in teal as the Abbasid dynasty, also moving out with a villager in order to get a dock up on one of those points. And yeah, we got ourselves a little bit of a dock off here early on in this game. Not like feudal age rush that I want to say, like, we see quite often like a feudal age rush from Abbasid with the military wing. Myriad not choosing to opt for that this time around.
Oh yeah, and what do you think? Which side has the advantage when it is contested, like when they dock in the same pawn? Yeah, so it's already looking good for English. let's go English. We want an English win.
That's a big benefit. That's a big benefit that Kiljardi is not in the same pond at the moment.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's also tough to like dock the same pond. Like if Kiljardi sees it, he's just gonna pull a villager and short bow rush potentially. Like
also
you could do that. Like that's something we've seen in the past, right? Like English just pulling like 2 villagers instead of just 1. And if your opponent tries to dock, they just short bow rush your villagers.
Yeah, you can actually do that, I believe, but yeah, like maybe not the first one, maybe for like the second pawns, second docks, or like going for like to defend your pawn against like an aggressive dock. Maybe it could be like you could just go with English and like make the dock with 2 villagers, right? Like that would that put you behind, like a lot behind? I don't know. I have to try it.
I mean, you have the benefit of gathering from shoreline fish afterwards, right? So it's a little bit of a trade-off. I want to say, like, after 2 minutes, you should be pulling ahead because you're getting, like, 0.2 more food per second. We can do a lot of math there at the moment, but I think roughly after, like, 2 minutes, it should be worth it. So, yeah, I think then it's just about fine. Like 1 food compared to like 1.6.5 or like 0.7 compared to sheep. It is quite a significant gather rate boost there when you go for like 2 villagers early on. It's just players don't do it because it's also very risky. Because then your villager is out and it's a target, and if you have to move back, then it's suddenly not worth it anymore.
Yeah, that is true. And as we see, players just happily fishing and fish booming slowly in Dark Age and Myriad. Well, would we? I don't expect it, but I have to ask: would we see something crazy like a Culture Wing?
Culture Wing. That would be very much something crazy in this situation. I think you can just put on a lot more pressure with that military wing because you're gonna hit your opponent on both sides at the same time, both on land and on water. And because you get 2 spearmen, Kiljardi with the king. Actually, the king, like, just being able to heal and being able to heal up even more. Yeah, maybe military wing isn't the best option. The more I think about it, the more I actually like the idea of just going for culture wing here instead.
Yeah, actually,
And it is.
Yeah, it is called shrubbing. Today I'm like very I
You're
don't know.
fine, dude.
These games are live. I haven't seen these games before, I swear. Well, yeah, more I thought about it, like more you talked about it and more I thought about it, like I was on that side because like it's not contested. Like the RAM will like you can make the RAM play, but I don't know like how good that would be. Like instead, what I would like from Myriad right now is pull one villager, make a dock on Kiljardi's pond, and then like do absolutely nothing about it. Maybe even two. And something teal, your favorite color in the game, is walking up to that pond that Kiljardi has on the east. Is that a scout or a villager? Yeah. Yeah. Now
Ooh,
you just
okay.
okay. Like now you just make this dock here. Oh, villager be
Oh.
getting pulled. Man, if there
I
was
think
one
you
more
can-
villager,
Can you commit? Can
yeah,
you
I
commit
think
to
he will
making the
finish
dock?
it. No,
No, he's not. He's running
Keep
off.
finishing
He
it.
pulls
No,
pulls another
no.
I mean, you'd lose the villager. You potentially might still lose it. There's a wolf!
There's a wolf. No. Oh, he's pulling two villagers. Another villager's coming from Kiljardi.
And another wolf!
No, another wolf. No, that's an angry wolf. Right there.
Nobody
the dock
say
will be
that wolves
finished.
don't add anything to the game. That was the wolf, 100%.
No, I would
Important
be.
aspect of the game.
Yeah. Very game deciding there. Potentially. Okay, there will be one more villager going down. Can we check the HP on that villager? Oh, it's so low.
Oh my god.
5
yeah,
hits.
oh, he's dead.
Oh no,
Oh
man.
my God.
Disaster.
So suddenly it's favored for English,
Oh,
right?
wolves! Okay, the villagers are stopped. Villagers have stopped. Okay, I'll calm down.
Yeah.
Village, dude, English! Come on, English on Kawasan.
The wolves did this here, man. This wasn't an English win. This is a win for Gaia.
This is a win for Gaia, indeed, man. This is yeah, this was something. I'm even actually surprised that he made the archer ship on this pond.
He needs to like make a
Already.
fishing ship in order to heal, right? But Kiljardi is
Yeah.
actually hyper investing.
He's hyper investing. Actually, it's turning out to be all right, but not if he cancels that demo ship.
I mean,
'Cause he doesn't
already,
have-
like, it's two
Yeah.
ships already. Like, at this point, like,
Horsemen.
what did Myriad invest? Myriad invested like 225, like 310 resources into that. He's already even just with the Springle ship.
He's making horsemen with the king, so he wants to. Oh, Myriad is adding his own stables now.
Oh, that's not good, because Kiljardi can always heal.
Yeah. Especially in like these.
Does he
small
have
numbers.
Does he have an outpost on the gold? He does.
does,
Okay, so
okay.
Myriad should be fine here. Outpost coming in clutch.
Oh,
King
that-
doesn't
just
care.
Grabbed that low
Wait,
HP
he was already
villager.
weak.
Yes, he was
Yeah.
already weak. Like, oh man.
Oh, 3 villagers down.
Oh,
That
this
hurts
is-
a lot.
This is a tough game for Myriad, like from the start. I feel him. I do feel him. The wolves and the king just like finding that weak villager on the gold. It's like, what are the chances, right? And now the
Boston taking
horseman.
damage that he's not able to heal up.
Yeah.
We need spearmen. There needs to be some spearmen. Okay, we do have the barracks coming in. Villagers are gonna have to evacuate the woodline though, at least for the time being here. And this is such a difficult issue as well, because it's not really even worth to garrison inside the TC, because you already know that the second you do garrison, like Kiljardi's just gonna leave, heal up, and then run in again.
Yeah, and can
there
we
he is
check
again.
the fishing boat count? I think Myriad had to stop for a while.
He's
You
like
know,
out on wood, he
Kiljardi-
has to, yeah.
Kiljardi is like English, man. Come on, making cheap fishing boats. But everyone is hyping when Japan does it. English also is able to do it. Just a bit more expensive. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's a difference, right? Like, it's 60,
Yep.
60, wait, was it 67? I think it's like,
67.
should be 67 wood per fishing ship there for the English. And I mean, like, if you consider like 67, and then it's like 54 or 56 for
56,
Japan at the
yeah.
moment. Yeah, it got nerfed a while back. It used to be like 45, which was kind of crazy, but yeah, it's 56 at the moment. It's still a much bigger lead. Difference is that English also save on the military ships that they do create, and that is going to be
one more.
another villager down.
Oh, Kiljardi is so on point this game, losing horsemen, but doesn't care when you're like fishing like this. It's so much idle time. Look at it. Look, 20 villagers are idle and more are just walking around. But now he has to run away. Maybe the king could be sniped by the town center,
Ooh,
but
he lives.
well, look at Myriad's resources. He's almost going to Castle Age. Well, still, if Kiljardi is not careful...
Ooh, that hurt.
Okay, he needed that king still alive to be annoying. Well, wow, look at that. Look at that, an outpost. Well, military wing is coming up for Myriad if he gets one ranged armor and one more stable.
Knights and Ghulams.
Just knights and golams, and just go for it right now.
Yeah.
Like, he took a lot of damage. He can just create enough room for himself to grab relics, or maybe do a lot of damage on Kiljardi's economy and maybe clean all of this up. Because like longbows are fine. Like horsemen, well, what are horsemen are gonna do against? Like he will have 2 camels out. All he needs is just like few lancers. Yeah, and they will just clap the horsemen down. Like their animation also just like attacking down on horsemen, literally. Okay, Kiljardi is going for the root line one more time.
More villager
Spearman
actually lives.
Oh, trying their best. This is the thing, right? Kiljardi knows there are no villagers under the town center, so he can be more daring, diving inside the base there. Another outpost is coming up. Kiljardi, is he looking to fight on the lake later on? Like he's making sure that Myriad does not get wooed anytime soon.
He sees the Castle Age now.
Yeah.
Now he knows that the Age is coming in.
I think he
He's
had
becoming even more daring now.
Even more daring, but now there are villagers inside. Well, I think he knows the horsemen will be like worthless. Brace. I mean, I say that, but he's queuing up more horsemen.
Up more.
They're so low HP, he can heal them all. No, they died. I think at least 2 of them died. Oh, one of them.
Oh, we don't have any Ghulams in queue. Oh my god, they're so low HP, yeah. No Ghulams in queue yet. This is an issue. Myriad, he needs to make use of every single production building that he has at the moment, just because, like, he doesn't have that many. So only making knights from a single stable at the moment, that has to hurt, and more villagers going down here now. Camel on E is definitely helping, prevents the villagers from going down a lot quicker than they could have potentially done so at the moment. And there we go, first knight coming in. Camel and Camel Rider also doing a good job there, but they don't have armor, so longbows actually do a very decent job up against them. But now Kiljardi, he doesn't have anything to counter out the cavalry here from Myriad at this point in time.
Yeah,
wish we would see some Ghulams though.
Yeah, Myriad can get out of this situation quite fast. Now we see a little wall coming behind his base. I would love to see this wall like between his wood lines, so that he could just avoid all this unnecessary damage, and he could already have like a blacksmith. He's going for the monastery. He wants to get the relics. I think he can. But there's 10 horsemen on the field though. Like if Kiljardi spots it, spots the play right there, I don't think you're getting any relics anytime soon. Well, camel riders can help, but Kiljardi now adding some spearmen, also muckering up to Castle Age. So again, English, if he was like under heavy pressure, I think he could just go with White Tower, but I am expecting the King's Palace now. Oh, one more time. Myriad just had enough fighting with the villagers now this time. Let me see, one Lancer is coming out, helping the villagers there. No,
he didn't lose a villager. No, he lost one.
Yeah.
Never mind.
He lost one. Oh, okay. We lied.
There he lies. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the power of Abbasid at the moment. Just the thing is, you don't need any villagers to go for the age up, right? So you're not idling anything. You're just gathering up more resources during the age up. Meaning, as soon as you reach the age up, you can immediately just get a lot of units out. We do see the White Tower being rushed up by 21 villagers here from Kiljardi right now, and he's got the spearman. He is able to defend. Myriad, he's trying to find some villager kills here. Is he even gonna find any?
No, I don't think he will find. Maybe one or two. He just grabbed one, just squeezed there. One villager goes down. Maybe another one. Yeah, but he's going to lose all these lancers, and now English can make their own lancers as well as crossbows. Oh, that lancer is busy with the Hulk there, 1v1ing, challenging Hulk for a 1v1 there. And
Lance is actually gonna win, I think.
It's actually gonna win, right? Oh, he just pulled it back, I think. We have to try it. I don't know actually who wins 1v1.
I think maybe the Hulk should win. Like it's a lot of damage on the Hulk as well.
Yeah. I actually don't know because it's doing like torch damage and stuff. So, like no idea.
And attack speed is also quicker.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, all right. Back to the game, and Myriad is going for an archer switch. Knights and archers. He wants to play this composition, getting rid of all these towers, and he has another gold, like his gold spawns. Actually, we haven't talked about it, but it's really beautiful, quite good. It's very safe, but he needs to be on the map eventually. There will be like large gold vein, just. I think he could go for the north one, actually. Large gold vein in the north one is actually safer because it's closer to his spawn. Plus there's like 2 more other golds. But now they will be fighting for the relics as I expect them. And Kiljardi already making a lot of crossbows and knights.
Oh, Kiljardi sees the archer play. Idle time being cost as well, and these knights, these lancers, they're very weak already. Trying to get more villager kills in, might be able to kill one more. Oh, yeah, just barely got another kill there. But it's gonna lose them as well. Kiljardi still has the villager lead here at the end of the day. Myriad has the potential with composite bows to get some really strong archers, like composite bows and bootcamp. Just makes for such a strong archer line here for Myriad. He just needs a lot of them because Kiljardi, he's got horsemen and knights as a front line. And then the crossbows from Kiljardi as well, they can take down the knights. While Myriad's archers, they're going to take a lot longer to kill the knights.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. But I want to point out one thing. You know, a lot of players believe that men-at-arms counter archers. You know that, right? You know this, like, I think this is a misconception because archers are actually soft counter to men-at-arms. But a lot of players have this idea because English was one of the most played civs, I think, still to this day, and like the beginner civ. And English men-at-arms do not care if you're a composite bow archer from Abbasid if they have the ironclad. We do not have anyone yet. We have only crossbows and knights and spears. And Kiljardi is diving in. He knows the timing is quite right. Myriad doesn't have any mass. Crossbows are doing quick work on those lancers. He's diving under the town center. And it's half empty. Kiljardi is just going for it. He's just not stopping. Crossbows
coming
are
out,
sniping down.
Yeah, such a great
goes
job.
Down. Oh, the crossbows are doing the hard work
Still
there.
so much mass.
Yeah, he has only the armor upgrade, but Myriad doesn't have +2 attack yet. And it's just so much idle time. Again, the relic is okay. Wallodo coming up. It buys himself a bit more time. Kiljardi is just looking for the economy.
And he's just massing more and more units. Like, he's idling out all the military production from Myriad at the moment. Every time a unit comes out, it's getting sniped immediately. So Myriad's just not able to get a unit mass out. And the food runs out at the worst point in time here for him now as well.
Oh, yeah, that is very rough for Myriad right now. You can see he's struggling to get the mass out. He has the units in queue, but he just cannot mass them. Like, Kiljardi had... was the great timing for him there. And now he's just camping all the production. He's just like spawn camping them. every one of those units, and he's making every unit in the game, spears, horsemen, knights, longbows, crossbows, everything, and just microing all of them. Crossbows on the knights and longbows on the villagers there. And yeah, you can see this is just chaos in Myriad's base. Can he get himself away from the situation? Maybe he will clean this up, but I don't know.
Big mess in the middle, though.
Yeah, there will be more and more waves. This is like a campaign game at this point.
Some villagers.
Yeah, some villagers is taking more control of the map. Kiljardi, that is his playstyle. We talked about this before. Yeah, it's just everywhere in his economy. So much idle time. You can see in the well, Myriad just like this chaos.
There's no
Myriad
food now.
Yeah, he has no food, right? Like he has.
It's just
a
the
lot of
fishing ships
gold.
that he has remaining.
Yeah, like he has some deer above his base, but yeah, that's just not enough to survive or to win the game from now on. Like 15 villagers went down from all these attacks.
Yeah, now the issue is that he's got pretty much only gold at this point in time. What can you really do with mostly just gold? You could make more knights, but Kiljardi, the entire time he's been investing into crossbows, into spearmen. So the gold units aren't really the best play here for Myriad. He's trying to get crossbows up now, but Kiljardi, once again, like the entire time, he's been making horsemen and spearmen as well. So he's got all the right tools here. Myriad now also moving out to the deer just in time for Kiljardi to send 3 knights in. Myriad does have his force over here as well, but might still lose a villager or two. Is going to be able to actually keep them alive here. But now Kiljardi, he drags military away from Myriad, from his base. And now he can attack with this other force from the other side.
Yeah, and Kiljardi loves his English horsemen in this game. I mean, we can't blame him. His opponent is making archers and crossbows now. He doesn't even bother with English units. Oh, those knights are getting some more idle time on Myriad's economy there. And now he knows Myriad doesn't have food. He needs food. And more food. He needs those villagers more than the food. Because he's getting very low and they're very low HP. Can he hold this? I don't know.
I think there's, at this point in time, there's not even a question like, can he hold this? The question is like, even if he does hold this, is there anything left for him now in this game? Because just looking at the income, Kiljardi almost doubling the food income here from Myriad, doubling the military count, doubling the army value. And it's just a matter of time. Like, honestly, at this point in time, Kiljardi could pull a couple more villagers over to gold, give him 1 minute, go up to Imperial Age, just drop a Berkshire inside of Myriad space, and there's nothing that he can do about it. Now with the aura as well, taking a fight outside there, outside of the base from Myriad. No choke points, and the horsemen, they just collapse on top of all the archers here. Great stutter stepping in as well from Kiljardi. Spearmen behind, taking down, or rather punishing all of those knights. Crossbows following up as well. And now Myriad, there is no place for him to run to. The horsemen are in, the knights are in on the villages, and GG comes in. Kiljardi is going to be able to advance further in this set as he does take game number 5 here in this one.